What's up, everybody? We're going to be getting started in about 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Get everyone on this.
Take hold of me, your phone through my phone like ecstasy, ecstasy. Even hurt me, you open my world, girl. Hold the key, hold the key. Bending the bad words, baby. Speaking your sin, so I'm telling you now. Shut the feet. Shut the feet. Sorry. Shut the feet. Shut the feet. Sorry. Slow motion, syncopate. This way you put your body into straight. We're just gonna celebrate. Cause when we come together, it's a tidal wave. Tidal wave. Join me, skin underneath that was I can. Shut the feet. Shut the feet. Oh, shut the feet. Oh, shut the feet. Want you to feel me, baby. I need no hesitation. See where my touch can take you. Want you to feel me, baby. Don't need no hesitation. See where my touch can take you. Shut the feet. Oh, shut the feet.
What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are having a wonderful evening so far. We're going to get started in about 60 seconds. 60 seconds. So if you haven't already, grab a pen and grab a piece of paper or a notepad. It's about to go down. It's about to go real live. So I'll see you guys in 1 minute.
I ask myself, where have I been so long? I ask myself, where have I been so long?
All right, so as I turn the music down, hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful evening so far. It's Tuesday, 10 o'clock ish for the Central Time Zone. I don't know what time zone you guys are in right now, or for whenever you're watching this. For those who are on the replay, for those who are watching live with me here this evening, first of all, I want to say thank you for taking the time out and really, really learning this strategy, because at the end of the day, this changed my life. Like, this changed absolutely everything. The way I think about trading, the way I think about money, the way I think about a lot of things, especially personal development, spiritual development. So, I want to get on here and be as real as possible with you guys. I want to get on here and, record this. This is going to be recorded as well. So for all the new people who want to learn PriceTrap, all the new people who want to learn trading, for all the new people that just get introduced to this community, I want them to have a source or like a resource that they can bring their newest individual to and have them actually go to hero with this whole trading aspect. So before I jump into anything, I want to first and foremost make sure everyone can hear me, everyone can see my screen and hear me loud and clear. If you're on here, press 111 just to make sure we are good to go. Awesome. Okay, so we're good to go. Okay, so I'm going to go through a few things. First thing I'm going to go through is I'm going to actually go through the app. So when we're learning PriceTrap, it's an application utilized. First of all, my name is Will Simon, for anybody who doesn't know me, just so you guys are aware. I'm 24 years old. I'm out of Winnipeg, Manitoba. My story's super simple. I mean, I can kind of go into it a little bit, but I was just like any other, white kid from Canada. I didn't grow up in a small town. I grew up in Winnipeg. It was, I really have the most privileged childhood growing up, but I had everything I needed. My parents definitely made sure of that, me and my little brother. But at the end of the day, I saw something different with a previous company having to do with health and wellness. It's not an orange can, but it's something. So, but I learned from that opportunity that I could literally be, do, and have anything I want. I met Alex Morton in 2012. I saw Bob Proctor speak in San Diego when I went to a conference, and I met Luke Hessler. I met just tons of these 6, 7, 8 figure earners and watched superstar after superstar after superstar walk across the stage. And I realized, hey, if they can do it, I can do it as well. And why would I hold myself back from having that kind of success? Now, when Alex Morton left that company, not going to go too much into that, but then I saw him do that and I was like, well, you know what? Like, what are we going to do? What am I going to do? I've followed Alex until pretty much this whole point of my network marketing career. I never really made any money in it. I never really made a huge impact. I didn't have like a crazy team or nothing like that, but I knew I had conviction. I knew I had a bigger story, and I knew I had a bigger purpose for this life, for my children's lives as well. They weren't even in the picture, but now looking forward to present date, currently I have a 3-year-old daughter, Kendall, and a 5-month-old son, Bentley. So that's really my reasoning as to why I'm doing this whole thing. This is the reason why I'm going in depth on this whole strategy, and the reason why I'm tying my dreams, I'm tying my conviction, my everything into this, not only this company, not only this brand, but this strategy, and each and every single one of you guys watching here this evening as well. So if you're watching this and you're directly connected with me, just know that it's already done. We've already hit 1 million customers in IM, because what was laid out in Dallas, if you guys weren't there in Dallas, you're playing yourself. I'm really sorry that you couldn't make it, but however, it was the transformation of a Honda Civic into a Tesla. It really was. It really was. That's what, for those of you who weren't there, who didn't feel the energy, I really hope that you make the decision to get committed, get your tickets to London, but we're going to get into that later. So a couple things I'm going to go through. So yeah, that's just basically my story, just so you guys know who I am and know like my energy and like all this stuff. So we're going to go through the app. So the PriceTrap application on Gold Cup, which is an add-on. So when you join the company, it was $164 when you first get started because of our promo, but that's now pretty soon going to be changed to just the regular pricing. But when you do get involved, you get the platinum package or the elite package. If you get started on an elite pack, Gold Cup is included in that package, and you get, I believe, MA Cross, Teacups, I believe, and I think another application, but I'm not too sure. I think another one. But if you go into your shopping cart on your back office and you add on PriceTrap and Gold Cup, it's an extra $10. So, but the track record is absolutely insane. I don't have the exact numbers, but we could definitely look it up later on if we want to connect later on the call, because I will have a Q&A session at the end of this. So strap in, you guys, grab that pen and grab that paper, get everybody onto this, and we're going to run it. Okay, so yeah. So the first thing we're going to go through is the app, what it looks like, how to use it. Then I'll go through the actual strategy that we use on the app. Then I'm going to go through something that's very, very unattractive to the newest trader, because they see trading as something that's like flashy. They see something as like, wow, like I see all these crazy traders, they're making like tons of money and they have like all these crazy Lamborghini cars, Rolex, all this crazy stuff. But what they don't see is like the grind, the grit, and the hustle that it took to get to that point. So I want to really break all paradigms of the fact that you're going to get rich quick trading currencies. It's not going to happen. If it happens, it won't happen fast, or like it won't be sustainable for the long term. I really want to teach you guys not only how to use PriceTrap, but I want to teach you how to trade for however long you want to trade. So let's say somebody gets on this call and they listen to this recording, they listen to this video, they're on here with me right now, and they just want to trade for 6 months, for 12 months, for 12 years, or for 6 years. That's a decision that they have to make themselves. That individual has to make that decision up here to trade for that amount of time. So let's say you want to get in and get 300K and then you want to get out because you have to pay off student loans, or you want to, whatever your goal and whatever your mission is, right? For me, it's my children. I want to set them up for success in the future so they literally do not have to worry about money ever again. And they can go 100% all in on who they are as people and see their dad, which is me, go through this journey, go through this process, go through everything. And at the end of it all, know that whatever they're going through right now is going to be worth it at the end. All the hard work, everything that I'm going through right now is going to show them how much it really takes, like what it really is to be successful, to be massively influential throughout the whole entire world. So another thing I'm going to go into after proper risk, which is something that's unattractive to a lot of people, but it must be implemented, proper risk. So if you're taking notes, number one is the app. We're going to go through that strategy, proper risk. We're going to go through some examples of previous trades, the holy grail of trading. I'm going to go through that as well, and possibly some live setups for each and every single one of you guys on the call live with me this evening. And then finally, we'll end it off with a few minutes of Q&A. So going to take a few minutes. You guys, once again, I appreciate each and every single one of you guys jumping on here. But we're going to jump right into it. Here is the app. I'm going to share my screen. So just drop a 111 in the chat if you can see the screen and everything is clear. I just want to know that you guys can see this. Okay, looks like we are good. Thank you so much once again, guys. Appreciate it a lot. Okay, so Gold Cup. You literally go into imlgoldcup.com for the new IM market, IM Mastery Academy. That's also a possibility, but I just prefer using the older version until all the bugs are worked out, until all these things are worked out. So you log in with your username and password. That's step one. Yeah, so it's MA Cross, Masters Teacups, Gold Rush, Luke, can't forget him, and PriceTrap, which is the $10 additional add-on. So this is what the app will look like. When you go and you click View Patterns, it's going to bring you to imlgoldcup.com/price_trap. So this is like mainly where you're going to be spending a lot of your time to analyze these trades or to copy and paste to your cell phone, which I'm going to show you how to do as well in the examples. But here's what you get. You get all this, okay? It lays out really the whole entire trade strategy on this one page, and it gives you direct access to rules, which are super, super important. When we go through the proper risk management aspect, you'll understand why. But for those of you who are just seeing this for the very first time, I want you to understand that all of this takes about less than 2 minutes to do. It takes less than 2 minutes, maybe 2 to 5 minutes, to mark these floor boxes, ceiling boxes, lines and circles. Nothing crazy, nothing like too intense to not understand. And you'll be able to understand where we're headed with this trade. We're headed to make it the most simplistic version of this trade as possible. Like, this is a setup. This is an investment information. So this all must be taken with a grain of salt. These are setups that are given and called out by professional traders, and they're the ones also taking these trades. So how good would everyone feel on here knowing that there's a 7-figure trader taking the exact same trades that they're giving out? Who would feel comfortable with that? I know I would. If I had a 7-figure trader literally next to me saying, yo, Will, I'm about to enter this trade. Here you go. Here's the one. If this happens, I'm going to be taking that trade with my personal account. Would you feel excited? Would you feel fired up? Would you feel happy and at peace knowing that a 7-figure trader is saying, psst, hey, I'm going to be taking that trade too at this point? Which, by the way, if you see these red and green circle type things, these notes, it gives you the TP, the take profit, where to collect your earnings, collect your profits. And it also gives you your stop loss to stop the loss of your money in your account. So it also gives you the entry point, which is indicated in the middle here. So it gives you where to go on your trading app on your cellular device and execute the trades. Now, every single trade is going to be market execution as per Christopher Derrick's strategy. He's the creator of this. A bit of background on him. He spent 6.5 years in the military. He did 2 deployments to South Afghanistan, and he's plant-based, total vegan. He's actually competing in a bodybuilding competition as well. But I just want you to know who you're actually partnering up with. Not only myself, but an individual who's constantly giving out content of value, right? Somebody who believes in himself so much that he did whatever it took to not only get introduced to this company, practice trading to a point where he got it down to a science. Then he met Chris Terry, and Chris Terry made him the top educator and the London session educator with iMarkets Live. Now we've transformed into IM Mastery Academy, and he's still the top educator with the total amount of views. I think it's over 130,000 views. So this individual always speaks. If you go on his story right now and you watch it, He always about positive affirmations, about self-development. He's literally at an event right now. So it's just an individual that you definitely want to take interest in and follow, because I don't know if you guys have ever heard about you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If I spend my time with this guy and I get some of what he has because I'm spending time investing, listening to it, because whatever you hear goes into your heart, because HEART, it has the word ear in it, in your heart. So whatever you hear in your ear goes into your heart, right? So if you listen to these individuals that are mastering this strategy and giving you all this information, it's just going to give you so much more clarity in your trading and give you that validation to know, you know what, I'm on the right track. I'm actually doing this the right way. Now, don't get me wrong. There is no right way to trade. It's all depending on your personal opinion, your experience, and your decisions that you make. Trading does involve risk. Past results do not indicate future results. Results are not typical. The reason why we say that is because it's true. Nothing is guaranteed in trading. Sure, you can get on here, learn this strategy. It says wait for a break of resistance or ceiling, right? Because price goes up, hits that like a ceiling, hits that like a ceiling. So if it breaks through the ceiling as indicated on these lines, it breaks through. Okay, it broke through. Cool. Next step, wait for a retest. So that's where price closes above the previous level of resistance, which was a ceiling. So ceiling, breaks through the ceiling, and then comes back down. Once price confirms resistance as a new support floor, it becomes that floor right in the yellow circle as indicated here. Then it is safe to enter. It is safe to press buy, because that's what entry says. What does it say? 1.4696. That means you enter that price on your trading app and boom, you have a 30 pip take profit, 30 pip stop loss, 1-to-1, and you also twin trade. The reason why we twin trade has the example here. Okay, for twin trading, all you're doing is you're taking 2 orders. So if you have a $100 account, let's for the newest person starting off, you have a $100 account, you're going to be using 0.01 per every $100 in your brokerage account. Reason why is because I get emotional about this stuff, you guys, because this is like really where you master this skill. This is not like you're going to do this for a few weeks. This is you're investing your life into this. You're investing your mind into this. You're investing your time, which is the most valuable commodity amongst human beings. I'm sure we've heard that before. So if we're investing our time into learning something, it better be worth our time. It better have an ROI. That, at least in my opinion, right? When we have this skill set in front of us laid out the way that we do, it's deeper than trading. We're allowing people to take this as a key to their financial freedom, to their time freedom. Part-time, they could learn this. You could learn this. When you have an educator looking at these currency pairs, taking everything from the harmonic scanner, which was created by Christopher Terry, allowing these setups to take place, notifying you when the trade is active, and sending you an alert right to your cell phone, it's game over. It's done. Like, come on. Okay, so here's the app. This is pretty much an overview. This left side here, you have M30, H4, and H1. You never have to worry about M30, and you never have to worry about H4. We always mark everything up on the 1 hour, and we go on the 15-minute time frame to look for the retest as indicated in these purple boxes, right? So when you click on H1, it will have these pairs, these currency pairs that have 2 check marks beside it, which means the trades have either been called out and are active, or called out and have already played out. Okay? So let's look at this one. AUDNZD. We actually analyzed this on our trading call this evening, which was really a smash because a lot of our team members caught these moves. All right, and I'm going to break this down in depth, in detail as well. Okay, I'm going to turn my video off so we can just focus as well. All right, so when we focus on this, you see on the screen price in this ceiling box and this floor box. Okay. It's the equivalency of a spring. Like imagine you take a spring and you squeeze it to the point of like no more, you can't squeeze it anymore. And then you let go. What happens? It bursts out exponentially. It just like a Fibonacci sequence on a sunflower seed or something. It just goes out. It just takes off, right? So that's exactly what happened here with this spring. Top is the ceiling box, bottom is the floor box, just like a house. So imagine these candlesticks, that's what they're called. Imagine these sticks, these bars with lines in them. They're like the representation of a ball's path. So let's say you threw a ball and then it bounced off the floor, bounced off the ceiling, bounced off the floor, bounced off the ceiling, floor, ceiling, right? Came down, broke through the floor, closed below, and then came back up into the newfound ceiling and dropped. Does everybody get that? Does that make sense? It was ceiling, floor, ceiling, floor, ceiling, floor, ceiling, floor, ceiling, floor, all in here, right? Broke out. Oh no, it broke out, but it didn't close below. So that's inactive. Like all these don't really matter because all we're looking for is a break, a close below, which is indicated on these two candles, these 3 candles, 4 candles, and then it closes back up in the zone, confirming that it's a newfound ceiling or a resistance box. Once you do that, that yellow circle's there for you to take the entry, take the trade, press sell twice, use 0.01 per 100, and then boom, there you go. There's your entry price. 1.0751. Now, if we take our ruler, we go to 1.05, what was it? 51. We would have collected our 30 pips right here. That would have been our 30 pip take profit on our first order. The reason why we do that is because it takes the greed effect out of it. If you capture 30 pips on one move, then you got $3 in your account if you're using $100 using 0.01 per 100. So you just made $3 on one trade in, let's see, 1 hour. That one candlestick moved in 1 hour. And you had a potential of gaining 47 pips. And you would still be in this trade, taking your stop loss, which was up here, 30 pips, and moving it 2 pips into profit. So if it was a sell, you move it 2 pips below the entry price. If it's a buy, you move it 2 pips above the entry price. The reason why we don't move it to just break even is because a lot of the break even trades don't account for the spread. The reason why the spread is so important is because it's the difference between the bid and the ask price in the currency pair that you're currently trading. So for example, AUD-NZD, the pair that we're looking at here on PriceTrap, if it's a break even and it goes below and it hits your break even take profit or your stop profit at break even, you could still end up having a negative trade, a negative result, like a red trade. We want to get all blues. We want to have all blues no matter what. So when we have a trade that's active and goes 10 to 15 pips in profit, you always set a 2 pip stop profit as per the rules right here, guys. Okay, you see the rules? This is on each and every single PriceTrap trade that is sent out. So if you ever forget, oh, what am I supposed to do? You can always go back to the rules. You look, okay, 0.01 per 100. Okay, I'm using $100. Okay, I'm going to use 0.01. I'm going to trade it twice. So I press sell at the entry price, which is given here. And it broke the floor and it retested and it became a new ceiling. And that's a continuation of a downtrend. That's what it says right here. That's the purple box. Everything is correct. We're following the rules. It's just following rules. We're just following steps. So it really comes down to how coachable are you? How teachable are you? How willing are you to learn this skill set, practice it, become obsessed with it, and make it permanent? because there's no such thing as perfection. We as humans, we don't experience perfection. We only can experience excellence. That's why I always strive for excellence, never perfection, because it's not even attainable. Sure, we can say, oh, we're perfectly imperfect, and I get that, and I believe that. But when it comes to practicing something like a skill set, like Kobe Bryant, for example, if you guys follow Kobe Bryant, you guys learn from him, I definitely recommend that you watch some of his videos on YouTube. Literally. If you just search up Kobe Bryant mind, the mind of Kobe Bryant. He talks about confidence, talks about hard work, talks about obsession, he talks about learning. Even just these 4 videos that you watch, they're like what, 20 minutes each? Wow, just value, guys. The way he treated basketball was the same way that Christopher Derrick treated trading. And that's why he's in the position that he's currently in, with an add-on for an app that literally makes money from your cell phone that sends you alerts to your device. It's crazy. So I highly recommend that you search up that. Also, in the rules here, it says 10 to 15 pips in profit, set a 2 pip stop profit. So when this is finally said and done, okay, cool. Let's say price finally decides to come up and hit your 2 pip stop profit. Okay, what happened? You still won the trade. It's not a loss. You still made 2 pips, which would be what? On a 0.01 per 100, it's 20 cents. If you're continually growing your account exponentially by 20 cents each and every single time that you take a trade, that's amazing, right? Now, if we're risking 30 pips and you hit that stop loss and you take the trade and you see a retest, but it's still boom, it just takes you out, that's 30 pips. That's only $3. You have $100 in your account. If you're starting out with $100. Would you stress out about that? Would you be absolutely freaking out if you lost $3 out of $100? Sheesh. Because if you would, I mean, it's no big deal. It's nothing. But then when you get really down to it, you think, what's 3% of $100,000? That's $3,000. If you lost $3,000, if you had $100,000 in your hand right now, and I took $3,000 away, would you still be okay with that? What, $97,000, $96,000, $97,000? Right? So that's the point. When you're using proper risk, it takes the worry out of it. It takes the oh my goodness, I'm going to lose my account on this trade. Because no, we're using proper risk. Okay? Does that make sense to everybody? I'm gonna go through the strategy really quick here, and I'm gonna do this on the regular charts, just so you can see. Okay. Now, the way that Christopher Derrick broke this down is super simple. Okay. We just do floors and ceilings, floor boxes, ceiling boxes. We wait for a break, a retest, and then we enter. That's super simple. Now, if you really, really want to get this, this is how you do it. This is how you get really, really good at trading. Okay. You scroll all the way to the beginning of a chart, currency pair, on the 1 hour time frame. Okay. So check this out. This is going to blow some minds. For some of you guys, you've already seen this. And for some of you, you actually haven't seen this. But for those who have, this is just a reminder. For the newest individual, I want you to really just pay attention to this. So I only have about 10 minutes. Don't think we're going to get into the Q&A for this session, but I just wanted to record something for the new individual to look at to see how simple it really is. Okay. So as simple as I can make it, this is trading. Okay. This right here, what I'm about to show you, is trading. Okay. What did I just do? I drew a line. So you go to the TradingView app. This is where we mark everything up. On the 1 hour time frame, you grab your horizontal line tool. You have all these different tools. You grab horizontal line. You click it right there at this point where price and all these candles hit, they tapped off of and moved away. That indicates that that right there is a floor. What happened here? It bounced up a little bit. And then finally, with all these candles and that momentum, it broke through. So it broke the floor and then came back up to retest this previous level of a floor as a newfound ceiling. And then what happened? It dropped. So that's all trading really is, guys. Okay. Price is a floor. Price breaks the floor, becomes a ceiling. And then right there, that would have been 63 pips before it retraces back and hits your 2 pip stop profit on the second order. Sheesh. If you can catch 63 pips based off of a break or retest one line, I didn't even draw the box on this one just to make it super simple. But if you want to go even more in depth, you could have drawn another line and go over here to your rectangle tool, draw this as a visual representation, go to settings, go to number 2 price bar, and put as many zeros as you want and shoot it across, and boom. This is called a zone or a floor box. What happened was price came down, hit the floor box, broke through the floor box, retested back into the floor box. You take the trade, you press sell, and you make money. You profit heavily. Now, people are like, oh, but Will, it didn't go all the way. It actually went negative 8 pips. Now, would you be, or 8, 9 pips, would you be freaking out if you were negative 9 pips? 90 cents if you're using $100 on 0.01. That's okay. Reason why is because we use a 30 pip stop loss on these trades. So the 30 pip stop loss is up here. Did it at any time from this floor becoming a ceiling go up 30 pips? No. No, it didn't. So that's proper risk. You still profited. And this is for a downtrend, but you can also use this on an uptrend. So right here. Okay. I'm going to go quickly so we can kind of get some Q&A in after. But simply put, this is a floor. Let's put this one as well. Okay. So this is a floor. Price came down, hit the floor, did not become a ceiling, so we're not looking for a sell position. It bounced off the floor, and here was a previous ceiling. It broke this ceiling, broke through it, and then came back down into this ceiling, which was a ceiling over here and is now a newfound floor. So ceiling, broke through the ceiling, and became a newfound floor. So easy, so simple. Okay, makes sense. And you can keep going. So here's another one. Ceiling, broke through, and tested. And then boom, that was your move right there. So this is all proper risk. Oh, but I took the trade here. It went up. I caught my 45 pips and then hit my 2 pip stop profit. And then what happened? It went down 17 pips. But you were already out of the trade if you were using proper risk, twin trading, and after 10 to 15 pips, like it says on PriceTrap here, putting in a 2 pip stop profit. It says 30 pip stop loss no matter what. First order, 30 pip take profit. Second order, you trail your stop profit. So what that means is, let's say we're taking this trade. It broke the ceiling, became the floor. This is your buy position right here. You're putting it at, let's see, 30 pips stop loss and 30 pips take profit, right? Now, as soon as it goes 10 to 15 pips, you immediately remove your stop loss and you put it 2 pips above the entry. And I'll change the color of that. Okay, so that red line indicates your stop loss. We immediately move it from 30 pips and then 2 pips into profit. So that way, if price ever does come down and hit, which it did eventually over here, you'll be safe and you'll have moved that money that was created in the markets through liquidity and just put it into your brokerage account out of thin air. as my friend Dennis would say, out of thin air. Does that make sense? Am I getting through? Is everybody having some breakthroughs on this one? Because I feel like that was just like an easy explanation of floors, ceilings, breaks, or retests, and what it actually looks like on a chart. Yes. Good? Is that good? Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, for live setups, we can kind of go through this a little bit as you guys type in your questions in the chat box. I can ask a few of the questions, answer some of them as well, because I know that was a lot of information in 40 minutes. I don't have Zoom Pro right yet, but we can just work it as we have it right now. So yeah, with 2 minutes left, if there's any questions, I'd love to answer any questions. But other than that, I mean, that's pretty much PriceTrap, guys. You have literally the ability to profit heavily off of these trades that are sent out to your cellular device. What is this called? iPhone? I don't even know. And then the secret is you copy what we did onto your cell phone. So easy. But a lot of people aren't willing to put in the work. Are you willing to learn this strategy, perfect it, get it down to a science, and then teach it? How do you know what lot size to use? It's on the rules in PriceTrap. It's on the rule. That's a good question. How do you know what lot size to use? It depends on the amount in your account. So if you have a $1,000 account, you're going to use a 0.10 because that's 0.01 per 100. 0.01 per 100. That's what you want to use. 0.01 for $100 in your account. Okay, so if you have $200 in your account, you're going to use a 0.02. You have $300 in your account, you're going to use a 0.03, and so on, and so on, and so forth, and keep going. So every $100 in your account, you use a 0.01. That's how you know what lot size to use. And that's what the professional traders do. But imagine a 0.0, or let's see, if you have a $10,000 account, you're putting standards. That's a 1.00. That's $10 per pip on the trade. So let's say you get 30 pips. That's $300 right there. And let's say it only takes you 1 hour. That's powerful. That's powerful. A lot of people are sleeping on this. A lot of people are sleeping on this easy strategy. But I'm here. I'm perfecting it. I'm the PriceTrap Ambassador, Will Simon, and I'm excited. I'm really excited. Hope everybody got some breakthroughs on this. Twin trade really quick is, yeah, I'll give you an example. You know what? Yeah. I don't even have any. But right now, for twin trading, if it's a sell, you press sell twice. If it's a buy, you press buy twice, using proper risk management as broken down in the rules. Here, I'm gonna share this really quick. I'm probably gonna get cut off, but check this out. Okay, rules, twin trade. Example of twin trading. If you have $1,000 in your account, you're using 0.05 and a 0.05. So it's a sell, you press sell, you press 0.05 in your app, and then you press 0.05 in your app as well. 2 sell orders, but it equals